Afternoon on the 7th. Right. Me trying to remember shit from 2 weeks ago. Very difficult.
Welcome to life.
Something is like time. Time and dates. 2 weeks ago. In the game. And for Discord chat, but that's fine. Oh. I hate when I fucking copy and paste something on the map. It fucking shifts my camera view somewhere else. It's really fucking frustrating. Yeah. 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 Down up to the side there. That's there. I'm draw over there. That's accounted for. Good. Okay. Saving time for later. I should need it. Okay, again, we got more measurement tools just frozen on the page. What the fuck is going on here? Why am I fucking seeing these things frozen on the maps? I know you guys aren't sitting there holding the damn things.
Nope, we don't have that kind of power.
Nope.
No, I meant like the only way they would still be there is if you were physically holding your mouse button, just holding it in place, and it's like there's no way they're sitting there doing that for like 20 minutes. Which means at some point you guys were messing with them, and then they froze on my end. My view froze on them, so they just stayed there. They don't go away until I refresh the page, and I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's weird. But regardless, I think it's time to get started. When last we left our brave adventurers here upon the city of Baldur's Gate, a altercation had occurred, and that you had been sucked into said altercation. Great timing. Sucked into said altercation between some water deviant naval personnel and some less than savory, possibly pirate types. We don't cast judgment, but it's kind of possible they were less than legal, less than scrupulous. But that altercation ended up pulling you guys into it. Guys, as in specifically Arkansas Foreign and Captain Torg, which was then used as a smokescreen by a third entity. Agents of the hegemony accosted you during this conflict. And by accosted, they attacked you. And upon death, they exploded into fiery explosions, which alerted additional guards to arrive on scene, who then took you all into custody. You two, along with two of your retainers, Mr. Stone, and your gunnery officer, Nerixus Creve.
Hello?
Interesting. But the four of those four individuals have been taken into custody because, as much like in real life, when they arrive upon some insanity on scene, everybody gets cuffed. Everybody goes to jail. Sorted out later.
This is all your fault.
What's my fault?
I said you, and you took the blame, so I guess y'all are the ones at fault. I didn't
I
specify
mean, I
who.
created the encounter, so. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will find ourselves starting right out the gate. As soon as I find the right ambience. There it is.
I don't know if it's the same with everyone else, but what I'm seeing is the first floor of the Casimir Manor.
Yes, that's on purpose. We'll get to you in a moment. Just hang out there for a second, Carrie.
Because we've been split up, dude.
But Artisan Foreign and Captain Torg, you two are separated. Captain Torg, you are disarmed of whatever weaponry you may be carrying, as well as on your way to a holding cell, not a jail cell, a holding cell, technically. You're, of course, manacled. They cast a quick detect magic spell on you and remove any magical items on you that you may have. They confiscate that and they put that in a lockbox somewhere. They do the same thing to you, Organism Foreign, and presumably to your two retainers, who you don't know where they are or what they're doing at this exact moment. Organism Foreign, because they did see you cast spells, you're also, in addition to having any spell components removed and your focus, I forget which one you use. I don't remember if you were a component girl or a focus girl, but whichever one that you use, they took those. In addition to, instead of standard manacles, you get extra special manacles, which are less manacles with chain bracelets and more of like full-on like glove sleeves that are made of steel that keep your hands like this, so you can't use them for somatic components. They are not aware that you have the ability to cast subtle spells, but this is like standard, where it's like, oh, spellcaster and iron gloves and lock. So in addition to manacles, you have those, and then you're also gagged for precautions. And you're all placed in various holding cells.
Somebody likes a ball gag.
It's to stop her from using verbal component spells.
That's just the side effect. Doesn't mean she doesn't enjoy it.
That's entirely for Artisan Foreign to decide on that one.
Went straight. And this video just went to straight PG-18.
You guys are there for a little while. During the time that you are left alone inside your holding cells, while they sort things out before they come and talk to you, because they got to take care of some shit before they can worry about you guys for a quick second, is there anything either of you wish to do or attempt to do whilst you are alone?
Can't exactly do anything at the moment. We're being locked up.
You can do all kinds of things. Some of them may not be advisable, but you can do whatever you want. It's D&D. Welcome to the game.
I know, but at least for me, unless I want to push my way out via Doomfist.
I think he wants to punch his way out.
I wish I could push my way out, but I can't.
You also just call out to one of the guards, like, you have rights. You didn't do anything wrong.
So I just asked one of the guards, like, hey, so what's the deal?
One of them goes, standard protocols. You were involved in a situation where several people were murdered and there was explosions. So until all that's sorted out and one of the sergeants comes and talks to you, we got to put you in this holding cell. Regardless of whether you did anything wrong, don't bother protesting your innocence or whatever. We've all heard it before. If you're innocent, they'll let you go in like a couple hours. If you're not, then you're going to stay here for a very long time. Any questions, sir?
I just ignored and sit back down.
Attorney.
Yeah, I would like an attorney. The problem is I have to wait for a sergeant to ask for the attorney, or in this case, my patron.
I mean, are you saying that in character, or are you saying that out loud?
I
meant
the mission security put up.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask.
I'll wait for
Also,
the. I'll wait for a sergeant.
It's equivalent of your one phone call, which is like sending one letter to a via messenger.
I'll wait to the sergeant to explain everything. Don't make
As a
life,
reminder,
don't make life difficult if you don't need to.
As a reminder, you have certain benefits for having a patron of the aristocracy, which you do. One of them is the expenses, luxury, salary. Here it is, immunity. So long as you remain in the aristocrat's good graces, you are nearly immune to persecution under the laws within the aristocrat's sphere of influence. When you are carrying out your orders, you have a great deal of leeway in how you choose to go about that, and the law isn't an obstacle. Committing serious crimes, especially if they are unrelated or unnecessary for the assigned work, is a sure way to follow your patron's good graces, however. This is a reminder of some of the benefits you have for having a duchess as one of your patrons. Up to you to see how you wish to exercise that capabilities. Cutting over to Jimpan. Jimpan, you are placed in a very different cell from the others. Your gag is removed while you're in the cell, but that's only because you are in an anti-magic field cell. So you cannot use spells while inside this jail cell. But they do ungag you, so you can at least ask for things. They're not that bad. They're not that cruel. The gag and the manacles are only for while you guys are in transit. Once you're in the jail cell, they don't have any reason to have you gag. Presumably. While you're there in the first hour or so, you also see the other mage that was involved, the one that didn't die, the naval mage individual who was with the water deviant mage. You see him being dragged into the jail cell directly across from you, Arcanist. He looks. It looks like he was less than cooperative. Or maybe because he threw spells at some guards, he got his ass beat a little bit harder. He don't look too good, because he's literally dragged into the jail cell. He doesn't walk into there of his own power. He's not currently conscious.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, they found that guy and they brought him in. Captain, you also see several of the other individuals, some of the officers, and brought in as well. Some of them look injured, but most of them are ambulatory, able to walk into the cell of their own power. But they are manhandled into the cells. Eventually, though, the sergeant does arrive, and he starts grabbing various individuals. He starts with like some of the people that they arrested for starting the scene in the first place. He starts talking to some of them first. They get dragged off back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, he gets to you, Captain, and he goes, "All right, bring this one to my office." And they're like, "Yes, sir." They open the jail cell. They go, "All right, come on."
I follow
They
along.
put manacles on you as you exit. Ching, ching. They lead you off. since you've been mostly cooperative, they haven't given them a lot of problems. They're not manhandling you, but it's still like standard protocols. Like he's out of his cell, manacles go on, chunk chunk. Cutting over to the manor, Kiri.
Mm-hmm.
Over at the manor, you've been enjoying a nice few hours, just lazying about the very nice appointed manor house, reading your book.
Yep. That was a
At your
wonderful
door,
night.
you hear a light knock.
I quickly make sure that I'm presentable, and then open the door.
You may actually open the door if you want.
I'm
You
on.
actually have a map of this.
I'm seeing the first floor, not the second floor.
That would be strange because you're right here.
Oh, never mind. I just had to scroll up. Okay, which door was it? This one or the top?
It's the one that goes to the hallway, not the bathroom. You see Eleanor standing there.
Good day, Eleanor.
She has a small tray of some refreshments and some small snacks. And she goes, I thought you may wish for some food. Lance is preparing a late lunch for everyone. I just brought you some snacks.
Thank you,
Some
Eleanor.
refreshments.
Pass my compliments on to Lance.
Of course.
And I take the tray that she's offering, and
Well, she offers you what's on the tray. She doesn't actually
Oh.
hand you the whole tray.
okay, I take what is
A servant
offered.
doesn't hand someone a tray. That's rude.
Okay, I take what is offered, and I thank you, and I go, have a good day, Eleanor.
From downstairs, you hear a loud on the front door. She goes, "That's strange. We didn't expect any visitors at this time."
Do you want me to come with you?
She kind of like shuffles over here to this little balcony area right here, because that goes down. That actually overlooks the dining room, which is right next to the front door. She shouts down and goes, "Is anyone getting that?" I got it. You hear Randall shout up from downstairs. Hello? Just, really? Right away. Thank you. And you hear Eleanor go, "What was that about?" And he goes, "A letter for her grace." This is what you vaguely hear some of this. You can go downstairs and inform more if you so wish. But Rendell, he actually don't see what he's doing because you're not down there.
Second.
But he will very quietly read the letter, and he'll move off to go do some things because the letter has some very important information that he needs to go take care of right now. He goes, he shouts at Eleanor. He goes, "I need to go take this to Her Grace immediately. I will be elsewhere." And he points to another one of the servants. He goes, "You handle things if anything else comes up."
Good Lord.
Are you actually trying to go downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh. You never said anything, because that's on a separate image. So downstairs would have been down here. You actually then, if you were trying to go downstairs, you actually would have saw Randall reading the letter. And it was like this sealed letter. And he cracks it open. He reads it. It's addressed to the Duchess, but obviously he has some level of authority to read her mail because he is her top servant. He reads it and then he goes, "This will require her attention directly." He folds it back up and he looks towards you and he goes, "Good evening, Doctor. Or afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon,
Something
Randall.
I can help you with."
I was just curious about the loud banging.
It was a messenger delivering a letter. A letter that I must go deliver to her grace immediately. If you excuse me.
Don't let me keep you.
And he goes through some doors off to somewhere you don't exactly know where he disappears to. And about over the course of maybe 10 minutes or so, coming from varying different places of the house, you hear the loud armored boots of multiple individuals. Thump, 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 thump,
The
thump,
hell?
thump.
I know those sounds. I'm staying out of their way.
As the Death Knights start taking up positions around the place.
Like I said, I'll leave it to you,
You
gentlemen.
see a couple of them go upstairs and take positions just outside the various guest rooms. You see one take up a position outside in the courtyard. Another one takes a position at the front door. And you see one of the 6 Death Knights she has actually exit through the front door and begin marching down the street off the property.
Those guys to get involved. This has got to be something serious.
Randall comes up from somewhere. You don't know where he came from. He has this weird. You know that some of these servants have abilities that kind of just appear or disappear where they need to be. Presumably, there's some secret corridors that you guys are not aware of. That's why they can just be wherever the fuck they want to be at any time. But he kind of just like appears somewhere next to you. Oops. And he informs you. He goes, I've been granted permission to inform you of the context of said letter. Apparently, some of your companions have been arrested in town. The Duchess is making arrangements to have it taken care of.
Dr. S gives like the best deadpan look that he can go and says, I went to bed and decided to read for just a few hours, and this happened.
From my understanding, it is not too serious. At least or rather, the charges against them are not too serious. But the Duchess has sent word to one of her to one of her associates to help handle the matters. And then, of course, she sent one of her Death Knights to go and make sure that the situations proceed smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Over to the docks, which, if I'm not mistaken, is where our good Mr. Creed is. Correct?
Yes. I am at the dock.
You're just having a good time. You've been fishing for a few hours. Nothing's too major going on. You hear some like random explosions somewhere off the distance, but they're not your concern because they're somewhere like way on the other side of the city. You're just hanging out on the docks, doing your fishing. You've caught some pretty good fish too.
Darn straight.
Indeed. As you gaze deep down into as you gaze deep and longingly into, I don't remember how many initiatives you guys had, or sorry, how many inspirations you had. Fuck it, I'm just gonna give you all 4. Nah, you have 4 now. Because I can't remember. And I'm generous. But whilst you are fishing and you looking down longingly into the water, you see your reflection reflecting back at you. Your reflection suddenly starts to change and twist into a different image. It is not your reflection. I am a generous god. I am a generous god. All I ask is that you kneel. But it begins to twist and change into a different image, and you see a large, very familiar golden eye stare back at you. And you hear the voice of Slorkethel, your patron and master. And he says, agents of my enemies have been sighted within the city. Find them, locate their hiding places, and eliminate them. If you require additional resources, go to one of the safe houses of my network and utilize what they have. Whatever you need will be at your disposal. Do not enlist the assistance of any members of your crew, barring those of the senior rank. The rest cannot be trusted. Now go.
I will end my underwater fishing exercise. Pet Sonia. Alright, Sonia. I gotta get back to work. Alright. And I will pack up and I will. Actually, yeah, I will walk into the city. Hey, or hold on. No, I've got to actually get permission from Vola to leave. Because technically she outranks me right now.
Anyway, everyone has leave. Vola's not even there.
Okay.
She's on leave. Barring the handful of people who maintain the ship's day-to-day issues, it's mostly a bare minimum number of people here just to make sure nobody shows up and just steals your shit while you're all gone, as well as they do some daily maintenance stuff. But you have already been given leave, hence why you were fishing in the first place.
Alright. Well, then I will pack up my stuff and I will head into the city after I let the crew know that I am departing for leave.
There you go. No problem. One was mopping the deck, making sure it stays clean.
And I will hand off the fish and tell them to take it down into the kitchen for.
And I'm this giant big mouth whopper thing, or bass, and he's like, "Oh shit!" I actually don't know what kind of fish you'd find in the fucking harbor of Boulder's Gate.
Probably the equivalent of catfish and stuff like that. Brim, trout.
I mean, yeah, it's near a river, so probably.
No, nothing major. So I will begin to head to a safe house for more information.
The information of its location was transmitted to you as part of the message. I just didn't go into exact details.
I kind of figured.
Yeah. But it doesn't take you too terribly long to arrive at said safe house. But coming back to that in just a moment, back at the jail, you're seated in front of the sergeant as he's talking to you, and he goes, "All right, state your name for the record."
Torque Harrison. I
Profession.
was ship captain, and I wish to
Ship captain.
say no
Name of
more
ship.
until I talk to my patron or her representative.
Oh yeah, you have a patron. That's real cute. Who is it?
Duchess Sophia Casimir.
No, really, who is it?
I just know it's like I say I'm not gonna speak anymore.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the thing Daniel just posted. Who's your patron? Your mom. Bitch. And he just goes, "All right, listen, buddy. I'll roll funny joke, but we need to if you're not going to actually tell me who your patron is," and then you hear the door to his office just get slammed open. And in walk two different figures. The first figure that walks in, or actually, technically three figures walks in. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Sorry. need the image. First thing that walks in, or the first person you see walk in, is this individual. She walks in and goes. First thing she does is that she walks in. She goes, "You don't say a fucking word." She points to you. Don't say another damn word. You. That is my client here, manacled. Why is his rights being invalidated? And he goes, "Your client." And she goes, "Yes, my fucking client. I am Marchinus. I'm Marchinus Pure Hellgate of the Iron City of Dis. This here's my paralegal." And she points to a small winged creature hanging out on her shoulder. And there we go. And you see this creature. She's got like a pile of like papers of her size. Well, actually, no, they're about regular size. She's got like this handful of papers. She goes, "Let's see, we got here. Yep, it's Captain Tor Harrison of the Stormbreaker, ma'am." And she's like, "Cool." And then she just pulls out a chair and just sits down next to him, and he goes, "I'll be handling all of his questions from this point forward. But first, I have my own fucking questions. Again, why is this man manacled? I demand that you unlock the manacles of my client, as well as I also will require you to retrieve. What's her name again? Argus Lanforin, or Niall Lanforin of the Stormbreaker, also working under the captain here." And he goes, "Cool. I also require her to be brought in, as well as who are the other two?" And she's flipping some more papers as I get their full fucking names. Yeah. Mr. Lokag Stone Catholavi and a gunnery officer, Norixus Cleve of the Norixus clan. Also employees of the Stormbreaker under the good here captain. And then she like holds the papers and goes, "I did good." And he goes, "Excellent. I will require those three also to be brought in immediately." Again, guard, is at this moment you also notice that there's another figure just standing just outside the doorway. Is this thing, which you recognize as one of the Death Knights of the Duchess. Apparently, she heard about what was going down.
Going down for real.
And he just is stunned for a moment. Or, sorry, the sergeant's stunned for a moment. And he goes, "Under what authority do you have to make any of these demands?" And she goes, "The authority of one, I'm a fucking lawyer, and the two, I was just called by my good friend Duchess Sophia Casimir, telling me that her also good friend Captain Tor was being arrested for something that he had nothing to do with. So I advise you, good sergeant, to start following what I've just told you to do, or not only will you never work in this town, but you'll never work in any town ever again, because I'm going to drag your soul down to fucking hell. You want to fucking see what happens when you get dragged down to hell? Because no, you don't, because that's where bad shit happens. You know what happens to souls when they get dragged down to hell? They turn into Lenore. You know what Lenore is? Well, you're about to fucking find out." And he just goes, he kind of like does this quick lean to like look outside of his office door, and you see the Death Knight take like a half step to the side so you can see past him, and he goes, you, and you go get the guy. Go get the guys from cells 7, 8, and 23 now. I'm like, "Yes, sir." As they all scamper off. You're toad. Let's call it a power move.
I always wanted to shake hands with the girl, but now her lower spirit scares me more than any enemy we face so
She
far.
kind of just like folds her hands in front of her and just like places them on the desk on the table and just waits patiently. When you appear as if you want to say something, she goes, "Don't say anything yet. Let me do the talking." She waits. Argus and Foreign, you are suddenly have an individual in front of yourself and goes, "You come with me." He just throws the jail cell open. He doesn't even bother putting manacles or a gag on you. He just goes, "This way." You're brought into the sergeant's office. You see Creve and Mr. Stone. Mr. Creve and Mr. Stone are also brought, and all four of you are now seated at the table with the individual that I have described a moment ago. On the way there, you also see another individual that looks like a fucking chain devil, which you recognize as was the escort once upon a time of Miss Hellgate, Lady Hellgate, I should say. She is a Marchioness. She's like hanging out in the corridor hallway on the way to the office, just kind of playing with her chains. She like sees you and goes, "What's up?" Green Devil, she gets bored sometimes. You walk in there and just standing at the door, you see one of the Death Knights of Sophia, Casimir's Death Knights, and then you see the Marchioness Hellgate and her paralegal Kali, also her familiar little imp, which is now standing on the table now. She's only like this fucking tall. And she goes, "Awesome, cool. I need that man's manacles removed. That man's manacles removed. This lady's manacles removed. Also, I also require all of their belongings to be returned to them. My clients are innocent and have done nothing wrong." And the sergeant's like, "Well, they were involved in. I don't give a shit what they were involved in. Here's what you're gonna fucking do. You're gonna be very, very quiet, and you're gonna listen to me. You're not gonna interrupt me again. My clients did nothing wrong. They just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And in fact, based on information that I've acquired, they were the ones who were attacked. They're the victims here. For wasting both my time, their time, and just generally alienating their rights of civil liberties, you should be paying them compensation for it. In fact, I think I might end up suing this entire department. And I might even have your job removed. Just out of spite. You want to keep going?" And he goes, "You're all free to go." He goes, "Excellent. That's what I like to hear. You're a good man. You are a smart man. You might live till sundown. Anyway, let's go, people." She just gets up and just walking to the door.
I just stand up, collect my belongings, and follow her to the door.
The belongings are like an evidence chest, like towards the front, that they go and retrieve, and they give you back all of your belongings as you're walking. The Chain Devil and the Death Knight, strange pair, I know, take up the rear as they follow you all out. Kali kind of just flaps around, just doing her little imp thing, and the Marchioness just starts marching down the street, and she goes. She looks at you and goes, "You guys have been in Baldur's Gate for less than 48 hours, and you already are getting arrested? What's going on here?"
I have no idea. You just literally just told the story. We were walking down the street. All of a sudden, we see a fight going on. We try not to get involved, and then a couple of the participants decide, "Hey, let's fight them."
Oh, just wrong place, wrong time. Yeah,
kind of. I'm starting to question about some of the participants, but yeah, one place, one time. Currently,
it just sounds like you're a magnet for trouble. That's cool. Anyway, in case this ever happens again, here's my card. She hands you this. It's not a white card. It's a dark black void of a car that seems like to absorb all the light around it, and it's written in this hellish crimson red lettering. You see Hellgate and Associates Law Firm. She hands it to you and goes, "If this should happen again, just take this card. just pull his card out and say, I want my lawyer, and I'll arrive. I or a representative of my law firm will arrive as soon as possible.
Thank you very
He gives
much.
one to each of you.
Thank you very much, madam.
He goes, excellent. Now, she like pulls out a quick timepiece and goes, "No, I got time. I'm gonna escort. I'm just gonna escort you to the Duchess's place. Make sure, I'm gonna escort you to Sophia's place. Just make sure everything's good." She does not refer to her by title, which I messed up for just a quick second because they are good friends, so they are on a first name basis. She just goes, "So I'm just gonna take you to Sophia's place, drop you off there." You hear the Death Knight directly behind you. He goes, "Her Grace had bid me to ensure their safety. If you have pressing matters elsewhere, I can handle it from here. No one would dare touch a guest of Her Grace in my presence." In the light of day, you can actually see his surcoat that he's wearing. Not to be confused with the tabard, for those of you that know the difference. His surcoat, you actually also see the heraldry of the Duchess, which is a very stylized dark black bat. Low on the nose, I know.
Oh boy.
But you notice that despite the fact that he's a straight up undead, and there's also just two straight up fucking devils in the middle of this fucking street, nobody seems to be bothering either of these individuals. No one seems to be bothering you guys at all. There's like a few times where a guard goes, and then he sees the heraldry on the Death Knight surcoat, and he just goes, "Nope." He just turns and keeps walking. One of them goes, "Isn't that a..." Never mind. Just turn and keep walking. Yeah, she hands both of you her card and says, call me if you ever need me. Payment rates are based on case-by-case scenario. So make sure you've got either the cash, the grass, or the ass when I arrive.
She prefers the ass.
Don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Yeah. And she goes, "Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hell. Sorry, I actually don't have as much time as I thought I did. Another client just... Jesus. Another client... Sorry, not Jesus. No, she says, she goes,
Man.
She goes, Mephistopheles. I gotta go deal with another client.
Man, if she
And
was
then she just kind of folds her arms like this, and then a circle of flames. And then she's gone, along with the Chain Devil and her imp. They just all vanish in this circle of flames as she presumably plane shifts somewhere.
And that's why we don't fuck with lawyers, Foreign.
Hell, lawyers are the most powerful people in the world. Because everything in hell is based on deals and contracts.
Have you guys ever seen Earthworm Jim? That's where all the lawyers go.
I think there's a whole level where you be up lawyers.
You are left with yourselves and the Death Knight, who say, the Death Knight looks down at you and goes, "I am to escort you where you wish to go. I am not required to drag you. I have not been bidden to bring you directly to the manor, if that is not where you wish to be taken to."
Actually, that's probably a good idea to go to the manor anyway. Let's just get there.
As you wish. You lead, I shall follow. None shall impede your progress.
And we go to the manor.
And much as he's and truth to his word, anytime you guys arrive at any kind of like large crowded area, it takes literally less than a second for anyone to realize there's a fucking scary. As Death Knight with a very obvious heraldry on his surcoat, the crowds get out of your way. No one prevents you from going anywhere for any length of time. And the Death Knight doesn't even have to say a word. None of you have to give any kind of indication. They just seem to just feel his presence. A Death Knight is not a subtle entity. Just when he just arrives in an area, his undead nature just feels foul. Like it's uncomfortable to be around him. So he gains attention immediately upon entering a space. Back over at the Manor House, Dr. Ice, what you doing?
Well, after hearing that and mentioning the noise of the captain on Form Randall, I'll head back to my room. Let them know I'm there. And
Randall goes, "Of course, sir."
right, and Dr. S heads back to his room.
And there you go. You're now on the second floor.
And the first thing he's going to do, he's going to grab a pillow. He's going to wrap it around his head, and he's just going to scream.
Ah!
We were not even here for 48 hours, and I got arrested. And I imagine I hear the clomp, clomp, clomp of the Death Knight.
Yeah, you're screaming. The Death Knight just walks into the room and goes, and just like stares at you and goes, "Are you under assault?"
No, that was just me venting frustration.
He throws his sword at him and goes, "I do not understand what frustration is, but I am ready to engage it. Where is it?"
In his heart! In his heart!
I hand him the pillow I screamed at. I vented it into here.
He immediately attacks the pillow and stabs it. Shreds it. There's feathers everywhere.
Thank you for your assistance.
I will be in the hallway if you require my assistance further.
If I do, I will let you know. And I bit him off. Note to self, these guys are a bit more literal than I think.
One might be. You don't know all 6 of them. A few minutes later, Cecilia shows up with a new pillow. Like hands it to you and goes, "There's your first pillow. It's destroyed."
Yeah.
That particular Death Knight is some of his mind went during his undeath. So certain concepts elude him nowadays. He's getting better, but it takes time.
Well, apologies for any inconveniences that is going to cause you.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. We live to serve. You have a good day.
You too. Have a good one. And going back to exploring the bathroom. Yeah, this place is spooky.
Yeah, it's a fucking manor of a vampire. Not just a vampire, but a family of vampires. Yeah, the place is gonna be spooky.
Yep.
Look for spooky manor on purpose.
Da, 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 da.
Might as well just down that drink that I just left on the dresser.
Next to the drink also has a small bell that you can ring if you require anyone to come and fetch you anything.
Now, is it like water or like juice or?
She brought you some. I actually don't know. Let me think. Let's say she brought you some like juice, because she wasn't sure if you wanted alcohol at at the middle of the afternoon. So that's what she brought you at that time.
So tempted to ring that bell. Just down the anger. Just drown the anger in alcohol. And he looks at that bell longingly.
Bring it anytime.
Ding.
Ring it! Ring it!
Oh boy.
Ring a ding
Hope
ding.
people see. Ding, 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 ding. Well, actually, as you pick it up to ring it, it doesn't actually make any sound. But within about 30 seconds, probably actually closer to 15, because she wasn't that far down the hallway, Cecilia returns to your door and goes, "Yes, doctor, what is it that we can get you? What is it that you require?"
Considering what apparently happened with my fellow crew members, a small glass of maybe a little bit of the stronger stuff.
Any particular drink you wish to request, or
Brandy.
should we just say again?
Brandy.
I shall fetch you a glass of brandy. Post haste.
Thank you.
1 moment. She actually goes like 5 steps down the hallway, opens a secret cabinet, pulls out some brandy, pours a drink in it, puts it away, closes the secret, seamlessly hidden cabinet, and brings it to you. Here's your brandy, sir.
Thank you, Cecilia. And
Of course. Is there anything else that I may be able to do for you?
if by chance you see my fellow crew members and they're just wandering around, tell them to come to my room.
Of course. I shall deliver the message upon their return.
Of course. Thank you.
Here down the hallway, the death I go. Any further frustration that I must annihilate?
No, we're good for now.
As you wish.
So,
And he just stares at the wall.
internally, Dr. Ice is thinking, note to self, be very careful about how I phrase things. Pretend that night
To be
is a
fair,
fake.
sometimes when somebody says something's frustrating them, it's because they wish for it to be annihilated. So, like, you know.
Mhm.
He thought the pillow bothered you, so he destroyed it.
Yep. And Dr. Ice just quaffs the alcohol. In as genteel manner as possible so as to not spill any.
It is of excellent quality. Well-aged brandy. Cutting to the city, yeah. Oh, I had the wrong ambience playing this whole time. Oops. That's fine. Yeah. Cutting back to the city, though. We come back to Mr. Creed. As you were off to look for the safe house, you arrive upon said safe house. It is in a back alley behind some buildings, very well hidden out of sight. You wouldn't know it was there unless you knew it was there.
Well, going up to the, looking around, make sure no one's following me, because
Give me a perception
it is
check.
a safe house. And I have a magic number of 13.
13, you look around, you don't see anybody giving you too many eyes. You're in you're not in a high foot traffic area, so you don't really see anybody. You look up up the rooftops, windows, down other dark alleys. You don't see anybody looking at you. You don't see very many people around, other than maybe a few vagrants and maybe a homeless guy.
And I will go with a stealth of 14 to approach the building and door.
As far as you know, nobody sees you disappear down the alleyway to the door. It's like down the alleyway and around a corner towards like the back part of the building. So it's like kind of like curves around the building, well out of sight. You arrive at said door.
Well, then I will approach the door. I'm assuming that he told me there's either a secret knock or it will do. I should know this maybe.
Let me think.
Because this is basically a clubhouse. You do it wrong, you may get hurt by being there.
I believe it's a Yeah. You just show the symbol, the Kraken Society symbol, that's branded on your arm.
Oh, then I will use the bardic knock to knock on the door.
Boom, boom. Little eye switch. Who are you?
Greetings, brethren. And I will slowly pull up my sleeve and rotate my arm to reveal the thing so he can see it.
Eye switch. All right, get inside.
And I will slide inside.
Little chain.
And then I stab him in the throat so I can get out.
Oh. I know. Curse your inevitable betrayal.
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. But yeah, you're led into a. It's not the most it's not like super fancy, but it's also not like threadbare kind of a place. It's like it's well appointed furniture, but not of like the super fancy quality, like standard functional quality of a building of a safe house. So you see some living quarters, you see some food preparation areas. It's not full of amenities, and they go. You Creed?
I am Mr. Creed.
All right. The guys were saying that you would be expected. Just go down that hallway, third door on the left. That's the meeting room. They're expecting you.
Well, I'm assuming since this is our clubhouse, I will be respectful. In any base weapons, I will, mind you, which is only a knife and wand, because you don't want things happening in here. This is our area. I will set them in our cubby hole before heading up.
You notice that the guy is very much armed. They don't require you to disarm. In fact, they actually would rather you stay armed just in case something happens. Because he'll see you do that. Hey, you might want to keep those on you just in case. Some of our safe houses have been hit. We don't know if this place has been compromised or not. Several safe houses in Luston have already gone up in flames, and we don't know how. We haven't had any attacks here in Baldur's Gate yet, but be wise to keep those on you just in case.
Then I will put my
those are
two knives away, and
yeah, those are enemy motherfuckers. Are getting really good at finding us. It seems.
And I will begin, and I will head into the back where I can meet some people.
As you walk in, you see several individuals around like a large map on a table as they're like marking things on it. He goes, and one guy goes, all right, so we've already checked this area here, here, and here. They're not in any of these areas here. And he's like, well, what about the warehouse district? So we're still searching. There's way too much ground in the warehouse district for the manpower we have set there. We gotta send more guys if we want to get that done quickly. And the guy goes, what about our diviners? Where are our diviners? He goes, a lot of diviners were tied up with that other job, if you recall. So we don't have any of them available. And he goes, fuck the other job. This takes priority. Pull them off that detail and get them working now. And he goes, yes, sir. I'll get it done right now. And he just gets up and he just leaves. He immediately brushes past you out the door. Doesn't even acknowledge you. He just takes off. No, he goes, we also checked the market district here, given the where the assault took place. And that's when one of the guys knows you. He goes, you Creed?
I am Mr. Creed.
Oh, thank God. Come on in. Have a seat. We were just discussing what happened. Don't be alarmed, but it seems some of your compatriots got attacked in the market area, the market district.
By who?
They're alive. Last we heard, they got arrested as part of the situation, standard guard shit, but they'll be fine. we'll make sure the right people hear about what happened, and it'll all go smoothly. Don't worry about it.
They had one hell of a lawyer.
Literally.
I'd say. Timing was just perfect for that one.
But
So
anyway,
how many
Hey,
bodies
uh,
are on?
how many bodies got dropped? Well, it seems that it seems like your captain and the Arcanist was the main targets. And apparently, they created a situation where another fight broke out that they used as a distraction to get a clear shot at you. They were all rigged with alchemical explosive devices that detonated upon their death. It obviously was a suicide run.
Zealots.
The usual, yeah. We haven't met any non-zealots of their type yet. Aboleths aren't known for maintaining free will of their servants.
Aboleths. What fun they used to be. Now they're just a headache.
Well, their agent's certainly a headache. I haven't dealt with any Aboleths directly myself.
Someone did when I touched that idol and I had a headache. And it fucked with me.
You guys did fight a minor Aboleth once before as well.
Yep.
A single minor Aboleth. But you see on the map, there's multiple areas across the city. Baldur's Gate's quite large. There's multiple areas across the city that they've already eliminated. There he goes. We're still trying to find. By the way, my name's Badger. I run the safe house here. Nice to meet you. And he quickly shakes your hand. And he goes, we've already eliminated about a quarter of the warehouse district. We're still trying to search there. The market district, we've already combed through for what little we were able to get through. Had some agents embedded with the guards search the area. They're not there. So we've already eliminated the market district. I got guys looking in the dock area. I got guys looking in the slums, and I got guys looking in the upper city districts. Specifically, looking to see if any of them are hiding out with some of the nobility. That's taking a long time just because we don't have a lot of access there. And those are all private mansions and homes and estates and whatnot, so they're difficult to gain access to. I heard you're kind of a badass. So, any suggestions?
I am a simple sailor and fisherman.
That's what
I do and I only do what I can. All the Aboleths that I've dealt with have been near the sea. So, first speculation would be near the ports would be our best area.
Yeah, I got most of my guys looking down there, as we had the same theory. It is possible, though, that they have their agents deeper into the city. As far as my theory is that they have a rich patron. Hence why I have a few guys combing the noble district. Slow going, but we're working on it.
Let's see. I'm going to look at the map. Show me the map of Baldur's Gate on here, please.
I don't actually have a map of Baldur's Gate. I'm sorry.
I'll see if I can find one.
It's been difficult to find one.
Okay, well, I'll let you go on to somebody else while I see if I can find a map for myself to look at.
Cutting over back to the mansion. Change my ambience. Yeah. That stopped working. There it is. getting to about late evening at this point. About 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you guys arrive at the estate manor. Sorry, that's the wrong person. That was the wrong token. Yeah, get out of here. This is the token I wanted. And this one. Yeah. Yeah. The two of you arrive at the manor house. The estate. The estate, I should say. By the way, Daniel, real quick for Ancient Beings, which is what your patron is, not just a warlock patron, but also like your patron, as in mechanics. As an ancient being, the perks of having an ancient being as your patron is first one is equipment. Your patron's network has access to certain magic items. You can purchase common magic items from your patron contact. The DM determines the availability, the available stock, or can call for a group intelligence investigation check to ascertain if the ancient being's network can successfully locate a desired item. The DC for this check is 10 in a city, 15 in a town, and 20 in a village. Check fails, 1d8 days must pass before the same item can be searched for again. DM sets price. So you set price or determines it randomly. 2d4 times 10 gold or half as much for consumer. Blah. Okay, there's also research. Relying on an ancient being's network of contacts, the being's vast collection of lore, or perhaps the being's direct teaching helps you unearth hidden secrets. If you can contact your patron or their agents, your group makes ability checks made to research lore related to your patron's interest and influence with advantage. Sanctuary, your patron's agents have safe houses or other secure gatherings spread across a wide region. Your group knows how to locate these friendly enclaves and can maintain a modest lifestyle in one for no cost. In return, you must defend the sanctuary or protect the secret of its existence. And the last perk is Strange Gifts. Your patron grants your group a small measure of esoteric power. At 5th level and again at 13th level, you gain one supernatural gift as described in the treasure chapter of the Dungeon Master's Guide. The DM determines which supernatural gifts are available. I forgot that was one of the perks. That's interesting. Neat. Because Bargathel is an ancient being. And the Kraken Society is his entire network. Mm-hmm. So, just wanted to give you that information. But, yeah. Captain and Arcanus, you have arrived at the manor.
Like, thank you for your service, Mr. Knight.
He just stares forward and says, "Do you have a key to enter? The front doors are always kept locked.
Oh.
Security."
Oh, right, yes. Let's unlock this door so we can enter the manor properly.
You guys don't have a key.
I meant
Unlocking the door.
I asked the Death Knight to enter the open the door.
I do not have a key. I do
Oh.
not carry keys.
Crap.
Thunk.
I just knocked on the door.
Stand by. Randall answers the door and opens them and goes, "Welcome back to the Casimir estate. Please come inside."
Let's get inside.
Sorry, apparently the internet crapped out for a second.
Okay.
And I found a decent map of Baldur's Gate. A better one than I just did sent over. Let's see. Try that the second map out. Shindu.
Oh, that's nice. Alrighty.
Did that at least help you out better?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Well, now you can display it for everybody. Because the first map kind of sucks in comparison.
Yeah. I will acquire that and make it a map viewable in Roll20 later when I have the time. But for right now, we could just use the web link. But that's a really good map.
Thank you. Color coded and everything.
Yeah, it is really good. Upper City, Inner City, Upper City, Lower City. Cool. So yeah, I was just giving off areas of like generic names, like the Noble District, the Market District, the Warehouse District. I didn't know what these districts are actually called in the city. I hadn't had the time to hunt for it yet.
All you have to do is ask, and I will look for stuff.
Of course. But anyway, you guys arrive. You guys enter into the whatchamacallit, and the Death Knight will take up a position at this front door here. And Randall will just close the doors. And says, the Dr. Ice wished to have a message passed to you upon your arrival. He wished to see you in his appointed guest room upstairs at your earliest convenience.
Guess what this has some explaining to do.
That is neither for me to say or otherwise, but
I'm
in
laughing.
addition to that, Her Grace will also wish to speak with you all upon her awakening in the foreseeable hour to 2 hours before after sunset. She is still resting, but has made her but wished for me to pass that message along to you.
LaFern, let's just wait for everyone to wake up and speak to everyone at once.
I mean, that's up to you. He's simply just informed you that Dr. Ice wants to see you, and then when she gets up in the next hour or two, however long that is before full sundown, the Duchess will like to speak to all of you at that point. So you guys can take care of that as you wish. Ariels and Foreign, however, based on the token position, already ran upstairs.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and move your token up there for you, Jimpan. And there you go. You're now upstairs. Randall will go off where he needs to go. You see Alice in there. She's cleaning the brand new windows that just got installed today. And she sees you, Captain. She goes, "Good afternoon, Captain. Is there anything I could do for you?"
Not right now, thanks. I was just exploring this house for a couple hours until the Duchess wakes up.
Lance is preparing the evening meal as we speak. It should be ready in the next few hours.
Thank you very much. I'll leave you to your work then. Pretty much just board the manager for a couple hours.
Feel free to move around. If you wish to change from one floor to the other, let me know. Because I have to actually physically move your token there because they're on separate images.
Or
It's technically one image, but I have to physically drag your token to the correct part of the floors. All right, so there actually isn't over there. She's actually over here. Let me just move her there. Dr. Ice, Artemis Scorn just walks into your room. She just like walks in like she owns the place.
Okay. Dr. S is just going to look like straight at her. What happened? We were
I got
here
attacked.
by who?
The cult members.
Friggin' count. Is the captain on his way?
He's downstairs.
I go back to the bell. Ding a ding ding ding.
Ding a ding 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 ding.
All right, 1 second. Cecilia is at your door.
Sorry to bother
Stop.
you. Two
Of course not. I live to serve. It is a pleasure to serve.
3 glasses of the strongest brandy.
Of course. Right away.
Random question. What happened to Stone and Creve?
Oh, they got released.
They were released and they parted company with you to go and party somewhere. They had prior engagements that they made promises with some of the other crew. They were gonna go get wasted at a bar.
Ah, okay, thanks.
Again.
Okay.
And they were like what did they say? That they were gonna be with a group of like 10 other people, so odds of somebody trying to like attack and murder all of them less likely than you, especially since you being the captain, you are quite the magnet for trouble. They figured that if they're safer not standing next to you tonight.
That's nice.
Both of those individual crewmen are very honest and direct to them. They're like, no offense to you, Captain, but being next to you tends to be more dangerous than not being next to you. So we think we feel that it's a safer bet to go do what we were going to do and not be next to you. Bye.
They're not wrong.
So far, you've proven to be quite the magnet for trouble. Dr. Ice, Cecilia brings the 3 glasses of brandy to you within a minute, or within a couple minutes, and presents them to you.
Okay. I place 2 of the glasses down onto the nightstand, and I give the final glass to Arcanus Lanfor. Okay.
Cecilia asks, is there anything else you require, sir?
Nothing at the moment.
Of course.
Okay. I hand the glass to Arcanus Lanfor. I grab one of the glasses and quaff it. Not even 48 hours. Are we just
Yeah.
trouble magnets or something?
Yeah.
Yes,
Fergus.
Anyway, this is actually some good brandy. And Dr. S just finishes the second glass. I'm guessing the captain is not going to be coming up, and we'll probably be waiting until after dinner.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I just had a thought.
That's dangerous.
Considering how alcohol can affect regular people, and considering brandy tends to be typically around 80 plus proof, and Dr. Ice has just had 3 within a relatively short time.
Non-save.
Oh god. Do not give the TM any ideas.
All right, I'll take those bullets.
I suspect I pass out.
What'd you get?
Not 1.
Cool. You are absolutely fucking hammered after the 3rd shot.
I had
No spinning.
into that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Talking that.
Why did you have two heads? Ugh. Please stop spinning, room. Dr. Ice is just gonna close his eyes and like curl himself up. He's like, yeah. This is the first time he's been drunk. This is a very new experience for him, and he's actually kind of scared. Come back when dinner. Let me know when dinner is.
Okay. Now sleep.
Hey. And Dr. Ice just passes out.
All right. On that note, Dr. I's passing out. Let's cut back over to our good friend. So are any ambulance? It's evening in the city, so it's getting close to evening. Oh, actually, it's not quite the evening. It's more of the afternoon. Let's do that one instead. Heading back to the safe house. Mr. Creed, what you doing?
Well, gonna start with, and I'm gonna use the colored map.
Okay. I got a handful of guys in Matterborn looking at seeing if who their money guy is. It's keeping them afloat. Somebody's supporting them, and but it's difficult. We don't have a lot of access to a lot of the manors there. They're all super high class blue bloods there.
Yes,
Making this shit
and
up
that
just
leads
so
me
everybody
to
knows. I haven't had a chance to research every section of the city.
there's just looking at the map here. Inside the city, people are too big of a gossip. Inside cities, the more crowded, the bigger the gossip. Us fishermen understand that. And let's face it, Sonia has always told me stories of when her husband went out, people gossiped all the time. And if
Yeah, I
you're a
got
secret
guys in
society,
Eastway and Brampton hunting in the docks districts over there.
now that leaves. I would go if I had to guess. Tumbledown, which is near Dust Hawk Hill, just on the outside. It's away enough to where people can do. It's near the water, so they can escape right off the bat, and they can get up into the hills. Which, if it's a mountain hill area, odds are there's caves in there.
Yeah, I sent a few guys over there. It's a pretty good spot too. You think we should focus more of our efforts there?
Based on my experience with them, an overlook would give them a great view of the city. Looks out to the sea.
Yeah, the river
And it puts
Chiar
them
also
near.
it puts them right over the river, so anyone coming into the city by ship they'd see before they got into the city itself. Because you guys
They're
are
outside the
the
gate.
water goes to the water the river flows from west to east, if I'm not mistaken. Worms Crossing,
Yes.
that bridge there is the direction towards the Sword Coast. So entering the city from the Sword Coast brings you in westward, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I could have that backwards. Actually, I might have.
No, you got it right. It flows right to left. That's because the sea is on the left, and it flows down to the sea. So, but that would get them with that. It's outside the city to where if a problem happens and they want to leave, they can leave. But it also puts them near Brampton, which may give them access to a dock. So those Brampton and Tumbledown would be my guess, as Twin Song and Riverton is kind of far from the city. If they don't want to be seen outright, that would be fine. But if they want to influence and they want to be close enough to the city, which just from my opinion, from stories Sonia would have told about gossiping, I would say Tumbledown would be our best bet.
Just a quick thing, unless the map is somehow upside down, actually, Sword Coast would be to the west. So actually, we got that backwards. I looked on the Sword Coast map, based on where the Sword Coast is in relation to where the city is. It's to the west, not the east, because the east goes further inland. We got that backwards. Just wanted to throw that out there.
To the left, the ocean is to the left on the map.
Yes. Because according to the cardinal directions, west is to the left, and that would bring you to the ocean, Sword Coast area.
So
I got it backwards. My apologies.
But I would have to guess Tumbledown area would be a good area. And it would give them access into the... Out of curiosity, do the hills y'all know of might have any cave systems in there?
It's not possible they do.
And if that's the case,
we use some of those for our own operations, so entirely possible.
So that would grant... I think that grants them easy access to a port, to part of the town easily, and into the mountains if needing to flee.
Yeah. I'll go and put some more guys on that one. Steve, come here. He goes, yeah. He goes, go pick up, he rattles off like 5 or 6 different names. And he goes, go ahead and get them sent over to Tumbledown. Let's double our efforts over there. Oh, that whole area come, but don't bring any attention to yourself. Discretion. Yes, sir. And he scampers off. Through my investigations, I've just I know they have some kind of connection to someone of the upper city is helping them. They got somebody in the upper city in their pocket. We find out who that is, we can cut off a lot of their resources.
And that if they are connected to the upper city, Eddie, I would have to go the Steeps. Would be a good area for them. That gives them the steps would give them a great area of influence all the way around, but they're in a...
I'm sure they operate in that area. You know, what I mean is that I have guys in the Manorborn district looking for who it is that is supporting them, because that's where the upper nobles live. I'm assuming based on the name.
Probably.
When I get a chance after this game, which will probably be ending very soon, because my battery just started yelling at me that it's very low, and this is a very talky kind of a session, so I won't be able to run it for very much longer. But in between sessions, I will take
the time to look at the stuff.
Yeah, I'll take time to do a full review over the entire city of Baldur's Gate. I just haven't had the opportunity to do it.
Well, I will admit this one is very labely. So.
Very nice. So I'm definitely going to save that for later. Oh, apparently I did have a picture of Baldur's Gate. That's weird. I don't remember having read that.
Huh. Well, now you have another.
It's not as good as yours.
But yeah, I don't see them over at Twin Songs or Riverton. That's just too far out from the city. Sawfoot and coming all the way back up into North Chapel. That's kind of far for them to be done. I mean, around the outer city area, yeah, that would get them a great escape. But mind you, my limited experience with aboleths, they tend to like near water.
Yes, that is true. Aboleths are aquatic creatures, but their agents are not. or at least they can have agents that are not. Not all of their agents are aquatic based. They themselves are aquatic. They have to have water. They cannot survive outside of it.
Just like us, ours are Kraken. We tend to stay near the water if feasible. So,
Which I'll let that little seed of thought enter into your brains. We'll plant that little seed, let you guys think about it. We're going to be ending the session a little early, unfortunately. I apologize because I forgot to charge my headset, and it's going to take it a while to get it recharged. So this, I think, is a good place to end. And plus, it will also give me time to read more about the city and what's in what each part of the district. Shame. Shame. Yes, I take your shame. I embrace it.
Yeah.
But you guys could go ahead, those of you at the manor could go ahead and think about. It keeps telling me messages about how its battery is low and has to charge, so it keeps interrupting me. But you guys go ahead and think about what you're going to discuss in your little meeting between yourselves and the Duchess. Daniel and I can do further research into Baldur's Gate, respectively, and figure out more about the city. And because I'll just go ahead and tell you this, Daniel, due to the fact that you're there, we'll count this as the research perk. Feel free to learn as much about Baldur's Gate and its different districts as you wish. They have all the information at their disposal to provide to you, so feel free to read about that in between sessions. I will do the same.
yes, but we need to make sure we're getting it from the same source so we're not giving conflicting opinions if there's minor conflictions.
That's true. We can discuss that in further detail
Later on.
later on, yes. I had a brain malfunction for a moment. Anyway, I bid you all a good day. I hope you all have a good one. Hope you had fun for what little we got to play before my headphones decided that they didn't want to work anymore.
All right.
All right, take care.
Have a good one.
Bye. See you next time.